Good morning, fourth grade online learners. Welcome to science class, May 10th, 2021. We have about 3 weeks of school left. I'm hoping to do a career project again like we did earlier in the school year. Before the school year is over, if we get to that, we will not have a quiz that week. However, this week we do have a quiz based on non-living things in ecosystems. And that is on page B6 in your science books. So there will be a study guide posted by Wednesday, and that will help you get ready for the quiz. Also, by listening to me read these pages, that will also help you. Okay, main idea. Non-living parts of an ecosystem, such as water, air, and sunlight, help living things meet their basic needs. Ecosystems and non-living things. Look out the window and you'll see an ecosystem. Everybody look out that back window. You don't have to get out of your chair. Just from where you're sitting, you're looking at an ecosystem. An ecosystem is made up of all living and non-living things that interact in an area. Non-living things in ecosystems can include water, air, soil, and light. Non-living things help living things meet their needs. Soil is the loose material that covers much of the Earth's surface. It is made up of tiny pieces of rocks, minerals, and organic matter. Most plants grow best in soil that contains a lot of organic matter. Organic matter, the remains of plants and animals, is rich in nutrients or materials that help living things grow. Both plants and animals depend on sunlight. Plants need sunlight to make food. Some plants and animals can only survive in warm temperatures. Others grow better in the shade provided by trees such as those found in a forest. Shade protects a living thing from direct sunlight in high temperatures. Okay, this is an ecosystem, guys, and it kind of looks similar to what's outside our window, minus the stream. There's no stream out there. I'm actually going to read it and then we can talk about it when I'm done. So a forest ecosystem is light that plants need to make food, air both plants and animals need to carry out their life processes, water, a stream provides needed water for some of the animals and plants in the forest, shade, some organisms thrive in the shade offered by trees. Soil on the forest floor provides plants with the support and nutrients they need to grow. Okay, I'm hoping that everybody is following along with their books open, because I see some people have their desks open, and really we should be settled by now. Okay, last page, different ecosystems. Each ecosystem has its own set of non-living parts, which includes light, water, temperature, and soil. These conditions determine the kinds of living things that are able to survive in that ecosystem. A living thing can survive only where its needs are met. A polar ecosystem. Ice covers the land surface in a polar ecosystem. Temperatures are very low. During half the year, there is little or no sunlight. Even in this harsh place, there are animals that live and meet their needs. Polar bears are among them. With layers of fat and thick fur, these animals are able to keep warm. For food, the bears hunt animals that live in ocean's water under and around the ice. A desert ecosystem. In a desert ecosystem, daytime temperatures are very high. There is very little rainfall. The soil is sandy and has few nutrients. Desert plants and animals must be able to adapt to these conditions. For example, the saltbush plant sends its roots deep into the ground to collect water. Many desert animals are active only at night when temperatures are lower. Guys, I was telling the other fourth grade class, right now we have Mr. Casper's class, I was telling Mr. Rainier's class, I used to watch a TV show where people would make mistakes and go into ecosystems unprepared. And one of them was a polar ecosystem. A guy and his daughter set off on a snowmobile. They had an accident and they were trapped in the woods with no cell phone reception and nobody knew they went there. They did survive, but they had a very harsh time and they barely survived. Another time, another family ventured into a desert ecosystem for a picnic. They didn't take water. When they were getting into their vehicle, they walked right past a case of water. They didn't take it. The mom thought, I should take this water. We're going to a picnic in the desert ecosystem. She did not take it. It took her 2 days to get out of the desert, and she had to travel at night. And she was out of water, out of shelter, barely made it out alive with her kids. So what I learned from this show was, if you go somewhere, please be prepared. And most importantly, tell somebody where you're going. Tell them what time you're leaving and what time you expect to be back. If either one of those people would have done that, people would have went looking for them as soon as they didn't get to their destination. Because in the snowmobile accident, they were only traveling maybe a mile or two. In the desert accident, I think they might have went 10 to 20 miles into the desert. But that's not that far. That's a 10 or 20 minute drive in the desert. If they would have just said, we're going on a picnic, we'll be back by 1 o'clock, people would have known where they went, what time they went. Instead, nobody had any idea where they went. They had a problem with their car, and it took them 2 days to get out, and they almost didn't make it. So even the simplest places, you should always tell somebody where you're going. But if you're going to venture into one of these ecosystems like they did, polar or desert, you're not specially equipped like some animals or plants to live there. You need to let people know where you're going, what you're doing at all times. Okay, so that's just one lesson that I like to tell people about these TV shows that I watch and I learn from. Let people know where you're going. Be prepared. Take water. Take precautions. And just be aware of your surroundings. Okay, we're going to learn more about this throughout the week. And I will talk with you guys more tomorrow. Goodbye.